I'm going to take this idea of fill object along with nCloth and fill an object with like a hacky sack, like full of particles. So I'm going to go to create polygon sphere and scale that up a little bit. And I'll bring this up here. Once again, go with shading X-ray so I can see inside of it. With the object selected, I'm going to go to my particles, make sure I have the ball particle selected, and then I'm going to go to fill object. Okay, great. There it is. Now I feel like I'm going to select the sphere and I'm going to make that a collider. So if I go to nCloth, create passive collider, now if I hit play, I can see that those particles stay in there. And unlike the water particles, I feel like these particles don't share a space with their neighbor. Okay, but what I'm going to do, this is going to be kind of cool. I'm going to select the sphere. I got to be careful I select the sphere, not the particles. And I'm going to make this nCloth. Okay, so I just made it a passive collider, so I'm going to undo. Okay, so I just undid the fact that I made it a passive collider, and this instead I'm going to make it an nCloth. Now if I hit play, I can see that that falls and the beads stay inside of it. But I'm going to select the nucleus, and I could select the nucleus here if it was easier to grab. Then I can come down and I would say I want to use the ground plane. Okay, so now if I hit play, this will fall. Okay, cool. And you can see that the particles stay in the hacky sack. Okay, good. Now I'm going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and select the sphere, and I'm going to select, whoa, I want to be careful that I select just the sphere, and I'm going to go to vertex. I'm going to go ahead and paint select some vertices here. Maybe like that. And I'm going to say N constraint, terrible surface. Let's see what happens there now. Let that fall. Okay, awesome. So you can see that. I'm just going to go ahead and turn off X-ray. I'm going to also give myself like 500 frames. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, and I think I might even have it tear more. Okay, let's see. So I'll select that. Go to vertex. And this whole area. Terrible surface. There we go. Okay, very cool. So you can see that it kind of feels like okay. We've got complex cloth responding to particles. I could even maybe go into this cloth. So I could select the cloth here and I could change its preset to something like, let me try water balloon. Let's see if that actually works. Okay, you can see that right away. If a water balloon is torn, I guess that makes sense that it would come apart right away. So maybe I'll switch it to honey. Let's see what that does. Okay, so honey, it looks like it kind of the opposite effect, didn't even have time to rip appropriately. Let's try water volume. Let's see. Once again, it looks like it didn't have much time to rip, but maybe it'll rip up here. We'll see. Okay, so it's kind of cool. I feel like with dynamics, you kind of set the parameters and then see how the computer handles it, right? How it will respond. We'll try t-shirt. Okay, so once again, just a way to get you thinking about the possibilities and kind of seeing how these things can relate to one another and react. You can see that these particles are also not sharing a space like the water particles were. They're just kind of, each ball particle is its own kind of entity taking up its own space.